hello. So I stopped by real quick to share with you an experience I had at the tax office yesterday, which had a profound message which I would love to share with you, that will help us all to navigate the way forward as we face some unprecedented times ahead. When I got up yesterday, I was indecisive about going to the tax office. I was torn between going yesterday or Monday. The reason why I was torn, because usually when you're going to those places, you have to get up very early and leave the house very early to get there early to avoid all that rush and crowd. And generally that is how I have approached it over the years. When I'm going to the tax office, I just get up early and go get it done. So when I got up at 6 a.m., because I wake up 6 a.m. every morning, and when I got up I said, no, this is the time I should be leaving. So I was playing with the idea of still going or putting it off till Monday. But then I thought to myself, if I go on Monday, then I will be too closer to the general elections, and of course there's word in the street that the country could possibly go on a shutdown again. Then again, the new week could bring rain, because I looked at my weather app and I'm seeing that it might rain in the coming week. So, you know, I was playing with the idea, should I still go even though I'm relatively late, or go on Monday? Anyway, I got up and did my usual morning chores. After breakfast at around 9:30 or 9:15 thereabout, I thought to myself, okay, I need to go into the town, which was like 7 to 8 minutes away, or it is like 7 to 8 minutes away from where I live, to, you know, run a few errands. And I got to the town at about 9:45, completed my first errand close to 10, and then I saw a taxi man heading in the opposite direction, but our eyes made contact and it was lingering. So I said, stop. But I stopped him because I'm playing with the idea in my mind that I still need to go to the tax office, as late as the morning was. And so I asked of him, you know, what his price would be like to take me to the tax office, which is like an hour to 15-20 minutes away depending on traffic. So yes, I have to drive for some distance to go to the tax office. He gave me his price, it was reasonable, so I said, you know what, let's do it. So we were on the way, and I said to him, okay, so do you mind waiting on me? I can give you the same amount coming back if you just wait on me. And he says, okay, I don't have a problem waiting, but just bear in mind that I have to be back in this town at 2 p.m. We left 10 a.m. So we got to the tax office at about 11:37, because I checked my watch and said, oh my goodness, I only have an hour and a half there about to play with, so this guy can leave on time to get back to the town for the targeted time. Here is the thing, when I got to the tax office, there was a huge crowd on the outside. Not only was there a huge crowd, there was chaos. I stood up and I looked at it and I said, God, I prayed immediately in my spirit. I said, God, how am I going to get through today? There was no order. People clamoring and shouting to the security who was standing at the entrance. I need a number. I've been here all morning and how come the line is not moving? What is happening on the inside? We have been out here for hours and the line is not moving. And it was just chaos and tumult. And when I stood there, I held a place in the line. There was a gentleman in front of me and I said, hold this place for me. And I went up and I was observing everything. And there was a little opening, like it's like a compromise here for me to go through. Of course, I had on my mask. A lot of persons weren't wearing masks, and they weren't observing the social distancing protocol. Everybody was clamoring so close. But there was a little opening and I went through the little space, and up and beneath the noise, I said, excuse me, I have a form, my receipt, a copy of my photo, everything ready. What do I do? She said, you have everything? I said, yes. She said, come. And I went inside, and as shocked as I was, I just stood in the line. I don't even know which line I stood in, but I stood in for a moment in shock in my spirit, because nobody could see what was happening on the outside, of course, but in my spirit I was shocked, just like that. And then after coming to, or composing that, I went and asked the security, if I have my, where do I go? And the person said, go upstairs. When I went upstairs, there was another heavy crowd, and Because I was sent upstairs, I could have joined the line, but I didn't. I asked question again. I said, if I have my paperwork, my form, my receipt, a copy of my a photograph, what do I do? They said, okay, what are you doing? I said, I'm renewing my driver's license. And they said, okay, there's a drop box downstairs. Make sure you photocopy everything. You put it in an envelope. You drop it in, write your name on the log form as evidence that you dropped your items in the box. I said, where do I get these things photocopied? He says, well, there's a department downstairs that can help you. God go with you if they're in a good mood today. If they're not in a good mood today. I went downstairs and I got the photocopying done, put them in an envelope, log on the sheet, drop it in the box. And the man was able to get to his appointment for 2 o'clock. Because when he told me that he had to be in the town for 2 o'clock, I was like, there's no way I'm going to go to like a DMV or a tax office to sit for 1.5 hours to even drive back on time. And I said, Lord, but you see, the thing with me is this. There's always a way where there seems to be no way. We have to have that mentality. And this is where I'm going to share with you the four messages or the 4 encouragement that came out from this little scenario. The first one was, when you bump into an unexpected situation where it appears turbulent, dramatic, chaotic, over your head, no need to panic. You have to first tell yourself, there is a way, even though there seems to be no way. There is a way through this. There is an answer. There is a solution. That's the first lesson I learned. Second lesson, be prepared. God asked Moses, what is in your hands? We have to have something that God can work with. Be prepared for the unexpected. If I never filled out an application form online before coming, making the payment online, having my photograph ready, then I would not have gained access yesterday. I would not have, but because I did my preliminary, I did my preparation, it facilitated God to work on my behalf. So we should be prepared for whatever we want God to do for us. The third thing is this. There was a third point. Always ask the right questions. Always ask the right questions. Now look at this. When I came on the scene, I could have assumed that everybody is in line. It doesn't matter what you're there for, everybody has to join the line, which is true. And here's the reason why I was shocked. I was expecting her to say, okay, here's a number. Because she was trying to decide who gets a number, and it was such confusion. So when I went up to her to ask the question, I was going to, with the intention of getting a number, because the tax office closes at 3 p.m. on a Friday. And which means that at some point, if it's moving that slow, at some point they're going to have to cut the line off. And I came all this way and I didn't even want to even hear that, okay, we can't take it anymore. So I was aiming to get a number. Nothing try, nothing done. Also, so I could have looked at the scenario and just joined the line, or just, go with the intention of getting a number. Or I could have said to the driver, you know what? This doesn't look like something that is something that can work today. With this chaos, with this crowd, with the time they close and the time you have to get back, it doesn't look like something that can work for today. Let's go. I could have looked at it that way. I could have also said to the security, I need a number. I'm coming all the way, miles away. Please, I'm asking for a number. But you see, when you know how to ask the right question, it can generate the accurate and more precise response that we're looking for. And the last and the most important point I want for us to get, don't miss this. We have to learn to stay focused amidst the noise and the chaos. Some time ago, I shared a video about Peter walking on water with a storm raging around him, and Christ said to him, keep your eyes on me, keep your eyes on me, stay focused. And Peter was able to do unprecedented thing as walking on water, because it's not humanly possible for anybody to walk on water, for Peter to walk on water. And so when we're focused and we have our eyes on Christ, there's no telling, right, what we can accomplish through Christ. So come back to the scene. Amidst the chaos, the confusion, my focus was on Christ. My focus was getting a solution. My focus was to navigate my way through all of this. And God opened up the way, just as how God made the way for the children of Israel when He opened up the Red Sea. Amidst the chaos, God carved out a way for me to get the response I needed. I said, excuse me. I could have said, excuse, and then I would have been amongst the noise, but I counteracted the noise and said, excuse me, I have a question. And that hush kind of hushed the noise so I can get my question in. So in everything, whatever we are going through, we have to learn how to tune up the noise, to stay focused, and learn this, that God will make a way in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of the noise, in the midst of the storm. It's a second reinforcement to me, to you. Do not be distracted by the noise, the chaos, and the confusion. In the midst of all that, there's a solution. In the midst of all that, you need to determine what God is saying to you, what message God has for you, what solution God has for you, what blessing He has for you, what advancement is in it for you. Because God advanced me yesterday. He accelerated me yesterday. I just came there and I was able to go in right away. I was shocked. I kid you not. And so I learned a lot from that scenario, and I hope you will learn something too. A lot is happening. A lot is changing. God is with us and He will navigate us through. God bless you.